You are the dwarf fighter Harvick. You have been captured and thrown into a dungeon with a kobold, a goblin, and a half-orc. None of you speak the same language, but you will all have to work together to escape. What do you do?
I think I'm going to, in an effort to make some sort of ruckus and get some attention from someone, I'm going to try to piss off my fellows inside the cell. Try to see if I can get them either to fight me or angry at each other in some way. I mean, I can't really speak their language, so it's not like I can insult their mother or something that simply. But maybe I do know, like, mom and friggin' kobold is something simple that everybody would know. But something like that, something to get them pissed off so that hopefully a guard will come in and try to break us apart, and then I can use that as my chance to escape.
You are Archaeologist, an Ursine, a Bearman Barbarian. You stumble upon an encampment where two groups of men are fighting. One is in military uniforms you don't recognize, and the other's in pajamas. You can't tell which group set up the camp. What do you do?
I'm going to try to help the guy in pajamas. It could not be his camp. I mean, he could just be banditing people in pajamas for all I know. But I'm thinking it's his camp, and I got a soft spot for pajamas. I mean, I don't think they make many pajamas in my large Ursine size, so I've always been a bit jealous of them. So I'm going to go with, try to help him, and I guess I'm just going to slash at the other guy in full armor with my wonderful bear claws, because they're just awesome. Before attacking, I'm going to try to, like, intimidate and scare, because I'm a big bear dude, and that's not something you see probably. I mean, I guess you see it every day, but hopefully the guy isn't gonna he's not gonna be excited about fighting me. So, try to scare him off and save Pajama Man. How do you attack somebody in pajamas, man? That's just unfair.
You are Mongo of the Three Towers. You are the court wizard to the King of Leander. You have accidentally turned Crown Prince Casimir into a frog, and the counterspell doesn't work. The king is looking for the prince now. What do you do?
Freaking frog. Frog spell never works. In an effort to escape, because if I can't turn his son back into a human, and if that's not working, I think I'm gonna try to make this the Frog Kingdom and turn the king into a frog. I think that's the best. They can be frogs together and at least in some way share in their frog tongue, because they can at least communicate then. And then he's not far away from his long-lost son. If possible, in an effort to cover my tracks, I'm going to bring said frogs to the cook.
You are Sally Sparks, a broke college student. You have recently come into the possession of a time machine. You travel 5 years into the past and make bets on sporting events. After making a substantial amount of money, you return to the present to find an utter wasteland devoid of life. What do you do?
Time travel. It never works the way you want it to. I think the first thing I'm going to do is head towards my job, because it says that I was an intern working for a professor. So I'm going to head back towards there and see if I can find someone I know. Hopefully someone who can give me some sort of idea or knowledge on what happened. Just something so that I can understand how this came about. Because I could be in the right for all I know. I could be fine. That bet could have had nothing to do with it, and I don't have to worry about this entire post-apocalyptic world being on my shoulders. So that's what I'm going to hope for. I'm guessing that's not going to happen, but that's where I'm going to go first and try to figure out what happened.
You are the kobold wizard Zornesk. A trickster spirit only you can see has attached itself to you, and has just ruined the bard's performance on stage. The bard's heading toward you. What do you do?
I'm going to cast my prestidigitation spell, and I am going to hop up on stage as I do this and try to entertain the audience. Make them a little bit less angry that the bard just sucked so hard. Casting just flares of light and just fun little magic tricks, making things disappear quickly in my hand, stuff like that. Try to entertain them. And then after I've hopefully persuaded the crowd to just relax, I'm going to be upfront and honest with the bard and try to explain to him that there's something going on and I can't exactly control what's going on with me, and hope that he can help.
You are Rete Tamor, a simian engineer. You've just put the last fuel cell into the warp drive. It's only going to take you halfway to the next planet. What do you do?
I'm going to tell my captain what's going on. He's in charge of the ship. I'm just the lowly engineer who found my way on this wonderful vessel by means that probably weren't the best. But I'm going to tell the captain first of all, and then offer my advice in trying to ping for other vessels along the way. Just trying to find something in an effort to keep us there, and if possible, not go anywhere for a bit. Not going to waste this last little warp drive fuel we have, and try to see if we can head in a different direction. See if we find a vessel somewhere closer, something that can help us instead of just flying as fast as we can toward a planet we're not going to make it to, sitting there stuck. I'd rather stay here for a little bit and hope that we can move along to something closer.
You are Bartok, an Adinos lizard man, priest of the nature goddess Lana. She has given you a living plant spear called a Kracht that can be uprooted and replanted at will. You've taken up with a group of humans that want you to trade in your spear for something called a machine gun. What do you do?
First of all, I'm going to take the plant and make sure it is somewhere safe. Plant it somewhere hidden that I only know about. I'm going to go to them, I'm going to follow them along, take the machine gun. During the night, I'm going to ambush my friends. I'm not going to betray my god for them, but I will use their foreign weapon on them in an effort to keep myself safe. And then go back and get my plant spear and find a new party to adventure with.
You are Bastion, an orc hacker. While breaking into Lone Star's files to get shipping data for your employer, you find another file that indicates your employer intends to kill you after giving him the data. What do you do?
I'm going to take the file after getting it. I'm not going to go anywhere back towards my employer, and I'm going to take it as fast as I can to his nearest competitor. Hopefully I wasn't stealing it from them, because if that's the case, that could be a bit weird. But if it is, then I'll say something along... If it ends up being that they're the ones I'm stealing it from, I'll say something along the lines of, hey, by the way, your security system really sucks. I was able to get in here, no problem. But before you kill me, just so you know, so-and-so is the one who sent me, and he's trying to infiltrate and steal your stuff. And I'm going to take up a brand new job and hope that it leads me to vengeance.
You are an orc bodyguard living in Chicago. You're the only son of Dorothea Figgins. Your real name's Elderby, but you're known by everyone as Tiny. You're walking down the street, minding your own business, when 4 cyberpunks step out from a dark alley. We heard you beat up our friend Razor at the club last night. You's gonna regret that. And you left your guns at home. Damn it, what do you do?
4 of them. And I'm at the club. I'm going to play dumb. Act like I have no idea what they're talking about for as long as I can. And then when the closest one gets near me, I'm going to hit him with my stun baton and try to flee as fast as I can. But I don't want to just charge at them. I want them to come to me.
You are the Centaur Innkeep Davy. You inherited the inn from your brother Benny, who died to a lynch mob that didn't like him helping a group of outsiders. These outsiders have come back into town looking for Benny. What do you do?
I'm going to tell them what happened to Benny. In helping them, he was killed afterwards because people found out. I'm going to recommend they leave town quickly, as fast as they can. I'm not going to dishonor my dead brother by throwing his companions under the bus or something like that. I'm gonna honor him and tell them they need to quickly get out because people aren't gonna like them here, and then try to go back to my normal life as an innkeep. I don't think I want to cause too much trouble and hope nobody pays too much attention to me talking to these outsiders. Make sure that it seems that I'm angry with them to everyone else.
You are Lady Sai, psionic superhero. In your normal life, you're a psychiatrist. The daughter of a senator has been kidnapped, and the only witness was the elderly nanny who sustained head trauma during the kidnapping. She's now in the hospital in a coma. What do?
I'm going to go to the hospital, and I am going to try to use my telepathy and telepathic powers to see if I can get some sort of knowledge from her in the coma. Don't want to cause too much of a ruckus. I want to make sure nobody's there, nobody's kind of tell, but I'm going to use that as my advantage to trying to figure out this problem, this crime.
You are Jameer, a halfling druid and a pacifist by nature. While going about your business, a low-level wizard starts tossing fireballs indiscriminately, setting the forest you have sworn to protect on fire. What do?
Protection of my forest outweighs pacifism at this point. I'm going to try my best to restrain him. I'm gonna go at him and attack him, but I'm going to try my best to restrain him, not hurt him, kill him, but I'm not going to let him destroy the forest I love.
You are the Marquis del Teatro, a minor noble, but you secretly act against the monarchy as the Crimson Popinjay, an instigator for hire. A man wants to hire the Crimson Popinjay to poison the Marquis del Teatro. What do?
Wow. I'm going to fake my own death. I'm going to go and make it so that there's a very public, in some way, scene with the Crimson Popinjay. I'm going to attempt to make sure everybody knows that I'm supposed to be assassinating or poisoning or doing something to someone of value, but have it all under my own guise, and then escape in a way that it seems that I have died, hopefully, with something very cliche in terms of falling off a waterfall or something like that. And then my client I don't need to get paid for this because I didn't do it. I just want the problem to be gone. So then my client can come back to me and say, well, never mind, that guy's already dead.
You are Lyrianne, a half-elven gunslinger. You're minding your own business in the scum bar when you hear another gunslinger taking credit for your latest exploits. What do?
I'm going to go and buy the guy a drink, congratulate him on his endeavors, see if I can get him as drunk as possible. Give this guy the night of his life. Make sure he's having a blast. This stranger out of nowhere is so taken by him that he's just feels so good. Let him brag and boast all he wants. When I finally get him back alone, I'm going to tie him up in a sexual way, of course, so that he assumes it's all safe and good. And then I'm going to reveal my true intentions and scare the living crap out of him beforehand. Make it so he's extremely worried. Get very close to doing lots of harm to him. Scare him as much as I can, and then leave him there tied up with no clothes, no guns, nothing. Take everything he has.
You are Sam Nelson, manager at an upscale Washington restaurant. You found an excellent chef who makes the tastiest meals around. He wants you to put his 3 specialty dishes on the menu: rat flambe, spotted owl under glass, and baby seal stew. What do?
I think I'm going to take a risk and go for it. I'm going to let it happen. I'm going to try it. Being the person I am, I'm going to try it before I let it happen. I'm going to make him make it for me. Try it, because it could be absolutely delicious.
You are Rhode Island Jim McGlaris, an archaeologist. You made your living promoting the McGlaris model for how ancient civilizations lived. Now you've traveled back in time and found out that your model is completely wrong. What do?
I'm not telling anyone. I'm going to go back. I'm not telling a single person that I was wrong. I'm going to use my knowledge to try to benefit myself, so see if I can sway it a little bit towards me. But I am not going to let anybody know. I'm not going to tarnish my reputation. And then let history take its course and let the next archaeologist 60 years from now who ends up somehow back in time be the person who proves me wrong.
You are Mathis, a human technician. Timo the Hut, your former employer, has died, and for some strange reason he left you a piece of property on Tatooine. When you arrive, you discover a bunker with a dozen Wookiees chained to the wall. You don't speak their language and misplaced your translator bot. What do?
I'm going to free him. And then I'm going to flee as fast as I can. Just hop on my speeder bike, do something as quick as I can to anywhere else, and try to offload this property. Sell it quick. Sell it fast, but I don't want to keep it. Hope I can sell it for a good price and buy someplace, a nice place on Naboo or something, someplace different, someplace not Tatooine.
You are Ricky Takimoto, a covert operations specialist. You have been offered a lucrative contract that is scheduled to pay out 25 ounces of pure gold, a substance you're allergic to.
Oh, dang it.
What do?
I'm gonna do the contract. I'm gonna take the gold, but I'm not gonna roll around in a bed with it or something like that, as I would do if it was silver. And then I'm gonna take it as fast as I can and see if I can exchange it, or or spend it quick. Spend it as fast as I can. New armor, new weapons. I'm not gonna pass up that amount just because I've got a mild allergy. Hi, Mike Loringer, an actor and supreme nerd here in Milwaukee, and just love to have your votes. I'm not too experienced in a lot of RPGs. I've played some, and I did grow up in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, so that should give me some brownie points, please. Yeah, thanks. Hope you vote for me.